There's a sound to summer. It's the hum of cicadas, the slow rustling of wind through heavy leaves, and the distant crackle of bonfires. But that summer, the summer when everything changed, had a different sound. It started with a low hum, something so faint I thought I was imagining it. But by the end, the sound had grown so loud, so unbearable, that it swallowed me whole. It was the summer after I graduated from high school. I didn't have any plans. College wasn't an option, and getting a job seemed pointless in our small town. There weren't many opportunities, and, besides, the heat made everything feel like too much work. So, I spent most of my days alone in the woods behind our house, exploring paths I'd walked 100 times but still somehow finding new places to wander. That summer, the forest was different, too darker, denser, and almost alive with an energy I hadn't noticed before. One afternoon, after hours of walking beneath the suffocating canopy of trees, I came across a clearing I hadn't seen before. The trees around it were twisted, their branches curling like withered hands. The grass in the clearing was too tall, unnaturally so, and swayed despite the lack of wind. I should have turned back. I should have left right then and there, but something compelled me to step into that clearing. In the center was a large stone half buried in the earth, its surface smooth and dark. It was almost as if it had been placed there deliberately, a marker for something long forgotten. A deep, unsettling feeling crept up my spine, but still, I moved closer. There were strange symbols etched into the stone, lines and shapes that didn't make sense, but the more I stared, the more they seemed to shift, as if alive. I touched the stone. The hum started then, low and vibrating, as if it was coming from deep beneath the earth. It resonated through my bones, making my teeth ache. I snatched my hand back, but the sound didn't stop. It followed me as I stumbled out of the clearing, growing louder and louder, until I finally collapsed on my front porch, gasping for breath. That night I didn't sleep. The hum was there, lurking in the corners of my room, vibrating through the walls. I tried covering my ears with pillows, playing music to drown it out, but nothing worked. By morning my head was pounding, and my eyes were bloodshot from exhaustion. I told myself it was just my imagination, that I was stressed, or that maybe the heat was getting to me. But when I went into town, the hum followed me. It was everywhere in the streets, the shops, even in the voices of the people around me. No one else seemed to notice, though. Everyone was going about their business as if everything was normal, as if the world wasn't vibrating apart at the seams. By the third day, I was desperate. I returned to the woods, hoping that if I found the clearing again, I could make it stop. The forest seemed to have shifted, though. The paths were different, twisted and unfamiliar, leading me in circles until I was hopelessly lost. The trees whispered as I passed, their branches brushing against my skin like cold fingers. The hum grew louder, drowning out the sounds of the forest, until it was all I could hear. It was inside me now, thrumming through my veins, pulsing with every beat of my heart. And then I found the clearing. Or rather, it found me. The stone was still there, but the symbols were glowing now, faintly at first, then brighter as I approached. The hum became a roar, deafening, as if the earth itself was screaming. I fell to my knees, clutching my head, and for the first time I heard something beneath the hum, a voice, whispering my name. It was calling me, pulling me closer to the stone. I didn't want to go, but my body moved on its own, my fingers brushing against the cool surface once more. The moment I touched it, the world went black. When I woke, I was back in my bed, drenched in sweat. The hum was gone, but something was wrong. The air was thick, heavy, and the light filtering through the curtains was too bright, too harsh. I stumbled to the window and pulled back the curtain. The world outside was ... wrong. The sky was a sickly yellow, the trees twisted and blackened. The air shimmered with heat, distorting everything like a mirage. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, but nothing changed. I was still in my room, still in my house, but it was as if everything had been warped, twisted into some nightmarish version of reality. I stumbled outside, but the town was deserted. The streets were empty, the buildings crumbling and overgrown with thick, black vines. The sound of cicadas was gone, replaced by an eerie silence that pressed in on me from all sides. I called out, but my voice was swallowed by the oppressive heat, echoing back to me in a distorted whisper. I don't know how long I wandered through that empty town. Time didn't seem to exist anymore. The sun hung in the sky, unmoving, casting long shadows that never shifted. The hunger and thirst gnawed at me, but there was nothing to eat, nothing to drink. I was trapped in that endless, distorted summer, with no way out. It's been weeks, I think. Or maybe months. I've lost track. The world hasn't changed. The sun still burns in the sky, and the air still hums with that unbearable energy. I've stopped looking for a way out. There isn't one. The town is a maze, and the woods ... Well, I don't go into the woods anymore. The last time I did, I saw them. They were standing in the clearing, surrounding the stone. Dozens of them, their bodies twisted and blackened like the trees, their eyes hollow and staring. They were waiting for me, calling to me with that same low hum. I ran, but I know they'll find me eventually. They're part of this place, just like I am now. I think this is what hell must be like: endless, burning, suffocating. A summer that never ends. I don't know what I did, what I touched, what I unleashed, but I can feel it inside me now, growing stronger with each passing day. The hum is back, louder than ever, vibrating through the walls of this empty house. It's calling me again, pulling me back to the clearing, to the stone. I can't resist it much longer. If anyone finds this, if anyone reads this, don't come looking for me. Don't come looking for this place. The summer here never ends, and once you're here, you're trapped, just like me. Forever. If this story kept you awake this night, don't forget to subscribe for more tales that will haunt your dreams.